Hey there! If you're a founder, a CEO, or an operator of a business and you're drowning in all this AI content that's out there, you're not alone. I have been too. If you're not sure what your company should actually be doing with AI, then this show is for you. Welcome, I'm Michael Pullman and this is the AI Operator. Now, I got told that I just have to start sharing what I'm doing with AI, and the best way I can think of is to help other people who are running small businesses like me. So that's why I'm here. So here's the problem that I'm seeing. AI is moving faster than literally any of us can keep up with. Every week there's a new model, a new tool, a new thing that everyone's teams are asking about, and most of the advice out there is really technical. And it's too technical to be useful, and it's too vague to be actionable. So that's the problem that I want to solve. What's missing is that operating layer, right? That's the frameworks, the workflows, the real decisions that turn AI from these pilot projects that everyone's doing online to something that actually changes how the company runs and delivers real business values. So that's what this show is all about. It's the AI operating model. It's for you to learn how to operate AI in your business and actually drive business outcomes and value. So let's get into it. This first episode is all about the voice AI, the recent developments in voice AI and software as a service. So what we're seeing is fast, low-cost reasoning models making voice agents actually practical. So we just crossed this threshold where AI can respond fast enough to hold a natural conversation with people. They talked about it on the Moonshots podcast about a week ago, about how the different frontier labs, and frontier lab is just a term for a tech company that's doing something at the edge of AI and driving business value. So they were talking about how the AI is now fast enough to actually hold a conversation. So if you want to build something, a voice AI, you want it to talk to your customers, check out ElevenLabs. I had a good look on their website, and I've heard of a couple of people who are building stuff with ElevenLabs. If you've built something with ElevenLabs and you've got an example, I would love to try it out, give it a call and talk to it on the podcast live. That would be a lot of fun. But this is how it affects you guys and me practically. So we just crossed that threshold where an AI can respond fast enough to hold that natural conversation, and it's now cheap enough to run it at scale. So OpenAI's got this release that explicitly targets more direct and usable responses. So it's a faster version of the AI that they were using. It's now got that speed, which is exactly what you want in customer-facing workflows, customer-facing environments. So Google's also doing a push on a ultra low cost and faster time to first answer AI, which is pointing obviously in the same direction, high volume, real-time interactions. So on a practical level, if we're running a small or medium business, this is how it's going to affect us. So the phones and the front desk are going to change first. Those people who are answering the phones, taking appointments at a dentist, taking appointments, anywhere they're taking appointments, or fitting things into a calendar. Anybody who is quoting or triaging people to go to the right place, not necessarily in a health context yet, although it'll come. You've got this always on layer. So missed calls, basic questions, booking, rescheduling, quoting. There's like an always on AI layer. So you can always be answering your customers in real time. The other place that it's going to make a big difference is customer experience is going to shift from leaving a message. You leave a message, we'll get back to you in 24 hours. Thank you for your inquiry. That's dead. If we don't get back to a customer, a new customer, and a lead within the first 5 minutes of them inquiring, the likelihood of closing them as a customer goes down 80%. That's a stat from about 5 years ago. I would be surprised if that number wasn't even higher, maybe 95%. We've got a 95% chance of losing them if we don't get back to them straight away. So we're shifting customer experience from leave a message to handled now. Like, let's handle it right now, handle your inquiry and get it sorted now. So faster response is going to mean more conversions, fewer refunds, and hopefully fewer angry emails as well. And your scripts, the other thing that's important about this is your scripts become your moat. So a moat is like a thing that makes you better than the other guy, better than the business down the street. The edge won't be in having AI because all of your competitors are going to have AI. Everyone's going to have AI in their workflows. It's going to be in, the edge is going to be in your policies, in your offers, your tone, your objection handling, the way the escalation rules are encoded into the agent. So your AI agent is going to handle the first line inquiry, and then your humans, your people, become exception handlers. So if there's a problem, an exception that doesn't meet the standard sort of basic questions, that's when it gets escalated to a human. So that means that you can serve so many more people. You don't have to wait for the phone lines to become empty to serve a customer, or the phone lines. I used to hate that, calling up. The biggest example of that for me is calling the doctor's surgery on a Monday morning to get an appointment. You just call and you get a busy signal all the time. It just does not need to happen now in this age. Okay, and of course what that means for you as well is you get fewer interruptions. Your team gets interrupted less, and your humans, your people, are handling the high value cases, the places where they can actually make a big difference with your customers. So that's something that is going to be super useful. I think if we were to summarize this development in like a one-liner, voice-capable AI is now able to replace callback later with handled right now. And again, check out ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs is definitely worth a look as a piece of software that's capable of producing voice AI and talking to your customers in real time. Again, if you've got an example of it, if you've created an example of it in your business, reach out to me and I would love to talk to you about it. I'm on X at Michael Pullman or podcast at oneaipod.com, and we'll work out a time to talk about it. Okay, development number 2, SaaS valuations. So SaaS is software as a service. Everybody knows and uses software as a service in their business. The valuations are going and cratering. Well, cratering, dropping by 10, 20%. And the reason why is that the per seat software model is going away. So investors are repricing SaaS, software as a service, because AI is reducing the need for lots of human seats. So that's one reason. And the other reason is we can create software, custom software, using different tools without needing to go and buy some software off the shelf, which is a great thing because it means that the software fits your business, it's customized for your business. And the other cool thing is that you don't need to pay per seat pricing. So the SaaS valuations have created because it hits revenue growth, it hits pricing power, and of course it hits their valuations. What it means for us running small and medium businesses is we'll pay less or we'll pay differently for software in the future. So what you'll expect for software that you buy is you'll see more usage-based or even outcome-based pricing, which I'm actually excited about, because paying $50 per user per month, even if they use it or not, that sucks. But paying X dollars per the amount of throughput that we put through the model, yeah, that I can get on board with. That's a model that I can understand. Dollars per user is just super hard to justify when a small team plus an AI can do huge amounts of output. So I think that model's going to change. We'll replace tools. So we're going to replace more than one tool with a single workflow. So what will end up happening is software to software to software to software using APIs will go away. And what we'll find is we'll build workflows. Okay, when a customer kicks off a project, then we will see that information on that project flow through to the project management software. The project management software will act as a hub, and then the agents will pick up the information they need from that software, and they'll trigger different workflows. One agent will pick up a workflow, do the work, it'll come back onto the next agent, so on and so forth. So that means that instead of having individual softwares doing things and humans doing them inside those pieces of software, we're going to have projects and agents working on different parts of the project. So it's pretty cool. Again, if you've got a use case and you've put this into place, I want to talk to you. We want to creators who are building really cool things using AI. So reach out to me. Okay, we will see that. We will see stitching together a couple of core systems and AI agents that operate across them. Yeah. What we'll also see is build versus buy flips for tools that are specific to really specific use cases. I heard a great one, CRM software for Korean grocery stores. Right, that's a super niche. No software company as Salesforce is ever going to build CRM software for Korean grocery stores. But what they are going to build, what we can build, is a Korean grocery store can build their own CRM, or another analogy, a dentist surgery, a dentist business can build their own software that suits their business for how they manage their customers. So you won't use a Salesforce and heavily customize it. You just build your own little internal app that'll match your exact process. Like quoting would be a good example of that. Onboarding, quality assurance, reporting, following up with customers. AI is going to make these apps really super simple to build, and which is going to put massive pressure on generic software as a service businesses. And I'm planning on showing you how you can build an app in the next version of the podcast, the next episode of this podcast. So show you how you can build an app using Claude Co-Work. I built a drone simulation piece of software, which was pretty cool. That's what inspired me to do this whole thing and start this podcast. Even though I haven't got my studio built yet, I'm just in my home office. Hopefully you can't hear my kids in the background or the galahs in the backyard. But hey, I just needed to start this podcast and just get something happening so that I can get this value out to everybody. Because if you're watching this, you're in the small 0.001 of people who are actually paying attention to AI and know how to use it and build it. So we're in a very small club at the moment. So that's why I needed to get this out to everybody. Okay, one-liner, AI is killing per-seat economics. So SaaS is being forced into cheaper usage or outcome pricing, while SMBs, small to medium businesses, build more custom micro software in-house. And again, I'm going to teach you how to do that. So if you want to build an app, get Claude and get on the Max plan and use Co-Work to start building an app. You can just feed in the data, and what you're designing is then a use case. You're saying, okay, at the end of this workflow, I want you to have this output. And then you're telling Claude, this is the output, and I want you to build the steps that would produce this output. So you're giving it an end state where it knows, mathematically, it can say, tick, yes, I've achieved that end state. So we'll have a look at that in the next episode. So that would be my recommendation. Get Claude, get the Max plan, and use Co-Work to build a piece of custom software for your business. Just get going. Just build something. If you've got a real business problem that you want solved and you're okay with it being solved live on this podcast in front of everybody, reach out to me on X. I'm at Michael Pullman, or podcast@oneaipod.com, and we'll work out a time to figure it out. And of course, that will be it for episode 1 of AI Operator. It's pretty exciting. Nice to get episode 1 completed. I hope you're all having a fantastic week out there. Make sure you're out there using AI and getting stuck into looking at some of the use cases that are available, because there's some really, really cool stuff that we can do. If you're working through a real business problem, reach out to me. If this episode was useful, the best thing you could do is share it with just one operator, one person who needs to hear the content of this podcast. That's how this show grows. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you on the next episode. I'm Michael Pullman.